Some of us were great football fans, mighty football analysts, but the noise became too much in the soul. The noise. We will watch one match and argue for 3 days. And then we are arguing the league for 6 months. But you see, there was a clock of destiny ticking. And so I had to forgo Arsenal.
Hello viewers, welcome to Anagkazwatch TV. This message you're about to watch is a deep teaching by Apostle Michael OROKPO. Please watch to the end and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. God bless you.
They that wait upon the Lord, they mount up with wings. Where are your wings? I've seen your certificate. I've heard your English, but where are your wings? Your wings are the things that makes you different. Your wings are your advantage. Where are your wings? The world is singing, you are singing. Where are your wings? They are speaking, you are speaking. Where are your wings? They are there. But until you wait, you can't mount up. It's when you wait, you mount up. What does waiting entail? 3 things. Number 1, patience. That's when we talk about stamina. 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 There is no man of authority that does not have stamina in the presence. Go and check. That's where we find consolation. That's where we find solace. Our gravity is our stamina in God's presence. You don't know why everything the devil is doing. This is called the Gen Z generation, where everything is at a speed of light. Even food is fast food. Transport medium, fast. Everything fast. And you think God is also fast. No, he's an immortal king. When you come, you will stay there. The presence is not commanded. It descends like dew. And if you can't wait, it can't rest on you. And so anybody who wants to be transfigured, anybody who wants to mount up, must develop the capacity to wait. If you cannot sit there, if you cannot stay there, metamorphosis can't take place. Ascensions can't take place. Transfiguration cannot take place. I read about Moses and I almost went mad. The Bible said he climbed Sinai. You know how tall Mount Sinai is? It's over 7,000 feet tall. An 80-year-old man was looking for the spirit that dwells upon the mountains. And he climbed it with sandals, without gloves for mountains. When he arrived there, he was supposed to have a lot of blisters, but the king had not appeared. And on that mountain, he waited and fasted for 40 days and for 40 nights. And suddenly, while he was yet fasting, he saw a finger came out of the spirit realm. And the Bible said the finger came as a flame of fire. And he was writing the laws upon the tablets of the stones. Nobody knew that it was possible to sculpt into a stone. But the spirit that created stone knew that information could be transmitted into dead tablets. And suddenly a finger of fire came out and began to write laws that are immortal. It is the laws of Moses that is the foundation of human civilization. There's no nation on earth that has value system that didn't draw them from the laws of Moses. Even though they were studying things brought by demons, there was a superior knowledge that came from that mountain. Because one aged man decided to wait on that mountain for 40 days. When he came out, he didn't come as the Moses that went up. The Bible said Israel began to look for veils to cover his face. Even Moses did not know that something had happened. Because when you wait, the propensity of the divine is awoken on your inside. He said he wished not that his face shone. And Moses was glowing like an immortal among men. It was from that day that Moses was called an immortal being. Even God himself called him a God. But you see, theologians can't explain these things. They look at you and they say they are allegorical statements because they don't know where we came from. They don't know our destinies. They don't know why God left us here. God left us here to beam his reality to the earth realm. God left us here to show himself to a dying world. So that when they look upon us, they will touch God that they have heard about. John said that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled of the word of life. He said that's the fellowship we brought you. For us, fellowship is not a religious gathering. Fellowship is a place where God is beamed out of a man. And so when you show up, you touch the tangible dimension of the intangible God. But how can you do that if you have not ascended the mountains of God? When you climb that mountain, you will discover there's nothing like age there. It's realms eternal. That was where Moses entered, and he entered into the foundation of time. And he wrote things that existed before man was created. Who is talking age there? No wonder at 120, his strength was not depleted. At 120, his eyesight was intact because he has gone to where life itself dwells. And when he came out, he came with measures of it. We don't have stamina. Somebody carries it, he wants to pray, and his phone is by his side. Father, I thank you for today, and he's going to check a chat. You don't know your calling. If you will function as a prince of heaven, many hours, many days, you will stay there, and the journey is even beyond time. So it's not even something you calculate with time. When you are a baby, you can time yourself. But when you mature, you wait for light. If it takes 7 days, you will be there. You must touch something that is heavenly. And the more you build that stamina, the more your authority grows. Because when light comes, light is transmitted in packets. It's quanta. It appears as a continuous flow, but they are packets. And so sometimes you will stay there for weeks and for months for enough voltage to come on you. It's not something you can regulate with time. You regulate it with appetites. Appetites. Deep appetites that you will never be satisfied. Draw me and I will come after you. That was what the philosopher said. He said, draw us. Draw us. You are there, but you said, draw us. Draw us. We will come after you. Draw us. We want you to pull us closer. He said, we have found something that appetizes us more than the wine. He said, even the ointment of thy good pleasure, thy name, is poured forth as ointment. He said, because of that, the virgins love you. The virgins are those who are separated unto God. God is their obsession. They have stamina. When they go into God's presence, that's where they come alive. The first definition of waiting is patience in God's presence. Is stamina in God's presence. If you don't have that stamina, you can't mount up. This is beyond the conference. This conference is for 2 days. The whole day of the conference is not even enough to mount up. It is when you leave this conference that you go and engage the altar in order to mount up. You can't mount up here. We have 48 hours for the whole conference. What is 48 hours? Do you know how far light is? Not because of geometrical space or geological or geographical space, but because it takes a lot for that spirit that is locked in your soul to come out. Before it comes out of your spirit, it takes time. Because the spirit is sealed on your inside to avoid corruption. You must stay there until the canopy of the presence encompasses you. If there's no corruption in the atmosphere, that's when the spirit can be patient, can be assured, and come out to interact with the one that is his delight. Because what your spirit longs for is the intercourse that existed before you were born. Because before he formed you in your mother's womb, he knew you. You were one with him in eternity past. And while you yet walk through time, the goal of waiting is so that that intercourse can take place. You will tarry there until your spirit comes alive. Then your spirit will ascend like a mist into the heavens of God, to the sanctuaries of heaven, where intimacy takes place. We are weak because we cannot wait. The second thing waiting entails is surrender and submission. When you find men who are ascended, they are broken. In 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5 to 6, he says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. He says, in due time, he will exhort you. So the way God lifts men up, the way God provokes a mountain up in the spirit of men, is when they decide to humble themselves. And so a man who waits before God is a man who understands God's authority, and he decides to stay there. Because if you understand how waiting works, you can be in the market and be waiting. Because this thing has to be a part of your life. A time will come when you must take it away from your bedroom. A time will come when it must become what you do every day. And so you can wait in the plane. You can wait in the market. You can wait in the office because you are sensitive. Sometimes, while you are yet in the office, the word of the Lord comes to you and say, empty your account. Sow it as a seed to the orphanage. Yes, Lord, you have waited. Sometimes you are there in the office. You are talking. People are talking. Say, keep quiet. Don't participate in this conversation. Yes, Lord, you have waited. They ask you a question, you smile. You would have loved to talk. In fact, they will be offended that you didn't talk. But there's another master. There's another governor. There's another ruler that is superintending over your soul. And so at this point, your will no longer counts. You submit to his will. Many things you want to do, he will restrain you. Because you need to be light to ascend. And most of the garbage that the world throws on your soul, you don't have the time to carry them. And so when God wants to help you to float in the spirit, what he will do is that he will keep a law over your soul. That law can happen anywhere. It can happen even when you are alone in your house, when you are in the market, or when you are with your boss. And so many things that you should have loved to do, he restrains you so that he can take you higher. And so it begins from patience and stamina in the presence. Then it translates to submission under the government of God. The mighty hand that lifts men up. Our world is a world full of people's tendencies, people's opinions. Everything that happens, everybody is saying his mind. Who told you you have a mind to say? The Bible says we have the mind of Christ. We have no opinion on any matter. It's God's position that is our position. You come to a world where men are proud, arrogant, and full of themselves. People are jumping about like peacocks, saying things, even hallowed things that they know nothing about. They are talking about them. And then you think you can find God in our midst. We don't know the laws of the presence. We don't know the powers that regulate the activities in the realms of God. Because we live for ourselves and we do what we think is right. We don't check with the monarch to find out what his government dictates per time. Even the ones that are defined by the ordinances of God, we break them. People stand up and say, no, I'm no longer interested in this marriage. I don't love him anymore. Really? Who told you God came into the equation because of your emotion? When you went to the altar, you were bound by covenant. If you have emotions, that's good for you. Develop it. But the spirit that came on the basis of covenant. I don't like him anymore. We are not connecting. Connect what? Why did you go to the altar? Even the ordinances of God, we violate them because we don't know the protocols. And that's why we are heavy on earth. Heavy. And the devil is marching on people, oppressing them. And you can't find the princes of our era. Men that will cry, and angels will go to war. Jesus said, if I call on my Father now, 12 legions, 12. That means when men cry, angels go to war. If they have authority in the heavens. And the third thing waiting entails is focus. Focus and sensitivity. The ability to pick signals. Because those signals are the flights of the spirit realm. They are the flights. If you miss it, you have missed your flight. You know, those of you who travel by air regularly, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you come to the airport 3 minutes away from the time and they say the plane is airborne. This airborne, you have seen the plane parked, but the doors are locked. It's airborne. You can't be on that flight. It's gone. The plane is still there, but it's gone. Because you missed the signal. You missed it. And that's when you will know that every 1 minute does not have the same value. There is a 1 minute that will cost you money, cost you a whole day, and even cost you a whole opportunity. Because not every 1 minute is the same. There is a 1 minute that the opportunity of your lifetime is invested in. If you miss that 1 minute, you will need another lifetime to succeed. There is a 1 minute that your promotion is invested in. If you miss it, that promotion is gone. You will wait for another cycle. That's how the realm works. And so men who are sent are men who are sensitive to the flights of the Spirit. And this is why I love Ezekiel. He said, the Spirit of the Lord took me by the lock of my hair. The man knew how to fly in the Spirit. Many times, God will carry him to places and he will sit there as a watcher. And so any man who wants to operate in the ascended realm must master how to pick signals. And the key to picking signals is the ability to shut down distraction in your soul. There are certain things you must do to reduce the noise in your soul. And there are certain things you must do to amplify your sensitivity. If waiting is your goal, you will pay the price to keep your spirit aligned. Some of us were great football fans, mighty football analysts, but the noise became too much in the soul. The noise. We will watch one match and argue for 3 days. And then we are arguing the league for 6 months. But you see, there was a clock of destiny ticking. And so I had to forgo Arsenal and focus on my spirit man. Focus. That's why Paul was speaking. He said, if you say you are dead with Christ, let your affection be on the things above. You are like a watcher. You are watching, waiting for when the waters will be troubled. That's what Apostle Wefa was talking about. Somebody was there for 38 years because he couldn't take advantage of moments. And even when Jesus, the Lord of the waters himself, came, he was still talking stories. Would thou be made whole? He went and started narrating 38 years story. And if mercy did not prevail, he would have remained there for another 38 years because he doesn't know moments. Will thou be made whole? Yes, Lord. It is over. Whereas there is somebody else who understood the technology called blind Bartimaeus. Jesus was not even coming for him, but he heard. He heard that he was passing. Who is that person you say is passing? He says, Jesus, son of David. Is he the one I heard? Open blind eyes. They said he's the one. But sorry, he's not coming for miracle service. I don't care if there's a miracle service. If he did it before, he can do it again. I don't care if there is a signs and wonder service. Son of David, have mercy. And they say, shut up. Shut what? You have not been blind before, so you don't know what you are talking about. I've been blind until my name is called blind Bartimaeus. I will not shut up. When it turns to the left, they say shut up. He turns to the right. When he turns to the right, they say shut up. He moves forward. Thou son of David, have mercy. Thou son of David, have mercy. Even though Jesus did not come for him, he stopped him. And so there are many people that arrest the realm. And that's why hunger becomes a prized commodity in the spirit. You go there, you are.
Congratulations, viewers. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I know this video has greatly blessed you and brought you into a deeper level of light and illumination. As the Bible speaking, it says, the entrance of the world giveth light and understanding to the simple. And one thing this video has done today is it has brought you into a deeper level of light. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Remember, the Bible says, do the work of an evangelist in season and out of season. And one way that you can do that work of an evangelist is by sharing this video to everybody around you, your friends, your relatives, your well-wishers, even your perceived enemy, because I know you don't have an enemy. Thank you, and God bless you.